Tasha's theme is today. You have to see this. Wait a minute. I have to turn around. I even have a nice curly little tail. I know. What can I say? You know Miss Tasha. But I forgot when I was finishing up the camping one, I'm giving copies to the Ledger Dispatch, but here are some neat scavenger hunts. Here is a camping scavenger hunt. Here is a nature scavenger hunt. If I can get it open. Here's a nature scavenger hunt. Now this one is one of my favorites. It's like find something fuzzy, 2 kinds of seeds, something that's straight, something that's round, something that's rough, a chewed leaf, a beautiful rock, something that you think is beautiful. I thought that was a neat one. And then here is a nature hunt and everything, very simple one. So anyway, you have those. Now, please remember, of course, I had to wear pink because of the pig, but I still have some purple here. I have my clipboard, and I have my story time with Miss Tasha, and I have my water, and of course, my wonderful chocolate bear.
I love chocolate.
And my voice. Didn't you? If you didn't see my last one about with the camping and my wonderful voice when I talked about my red lips and my long fingers, you really missed out. All right, so here is today's. Today is all about pigs. So the first one is Piggy Pie Po by Audrey Wood and illustrated by Audrey and Dawn Wood. Its copyright is in 2010. The publisher is Harcourt Children's Books, which is an imprint of Houghton Mifflin Harcourt Publishing Company. Whew! That's a lot. Okay. Now this is cute because you're going to have to do some counting. Okay. 1. Can you tell that that's a 1? I hope everybody, even the little 2-year-olds, you know that that's a 1. Piggy Pie Po likes to dance. Oh. Whenever he wears his party pants, if he wears his rubber fins, Piggy Pie Po swims and swams. Look at him with all the fishies. When he wears his yellow coat, Piggy Pie Po likes to boat. If he wears his working shirt, he'll be digging in the dirt. Yeah, because pigs like that. Uh-oh, but when he's ready for the tub to splish and splash and rub-a-dub, Piggy Pie Po wears no clothes. Only bubbles from head to toe. How many of you like bubble baths? I know, they're fun. All right, what number is this? 2. Piggy Pie Po is so smart, he can do the finest art. He's drawing a daisy. He can beat upon his drum while counting backwards 10 to 1. Are you ready? You're going to count with Miss Tasha. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Every book upon his shelf, he can read all by himself. For a penny he will spell pistachio and pimpernel. Can you guys spell that? Pistachio or pimpernel? But there's one thing he can't do. Have you figured it out? What can't he do? He can't tie his shoe yet. Okay, what number? 3. No one was home at 9:30 when Piggy Pie Po came to dine. He ate a peach. He ate some plums. The lemon pie was only crumbs. He ate that lemon pie. Oh, I love lemon pie. He spilled the soup. He didn't care. He got it in his piggy hair. Oh, silly Piggy Pie Po. Oh, he tromped upon the yummy cake. Then he made a big mistake. What is that? It's a pepper, a hot pepper. He ate a pepper. So hot, so red. He ran straight home and went to bed. Oh, that's a good one. Okay, my next one is about a cute little piggy called Grunt. Grunt is by John Richardson. He also illustrated it. The copyright is 2001. The publisher is Clarion Books and Houghton Mifflin Company. All right, here we go. Cute little guy. He's such a cutie. He's got a crinkly, crunkly ears and a tiddly widdly button of a nose, a snout, and he absolutely has no tail at all, and no one can hear his teeny tiny grunt. Okay, here we go. Oh, I can't even see with this wonderful nose on my mouth. A whiskery pig and his fine fat wife had 6 piglets. The last and the least they called Wee Skin and Bones. This little piggy had crinkly, crunkly ears, tiddly widdly button of a snout, and absolutely no tail at all. And when he tried to squeal, all that came out was a teeny tiny grunt. Well, his brothers and sisters, however, were big and beautiful, plump piggies with flippy floppy ears and big snuffly snorty snouts and curly whirly tails, but they were unkind to their tiny brother. "He's not playing with us," they squealed. "He's got no tail to wiggle and squiggle. His snout is so small, it's too small to snuffle and truffle. His ears don't go flipperty flappity. He's just a wee skin and bones." That wasn't very nice of his brothers and sisters. The whiskery papa didn't seem to pay him any notice at all. But what Wee Skin and Bones especially was sad that his brothers and sisters made so much noise, his mama couldn't hear his little grunt. Oh, that's too bad. So he goes to the farm. "Nobody loves me," sobbed Wee Skin and Bones. "Cock-a-doodle-doo, what'll little piggy do?" crowed the rooster. "Me, oh my, he can't stay in the sty," bleated the sheep. "Nay, nay, nay, you must go away," cried the horse. "Off you go then," said the fat speckled hen. Well, that's not very nice. Whoop, what is that? Ow. So Wee Skin and Bones ran wee all the way home until he reached the middle of a great dark forest. High above him, the cold moon shone in the black night sky. He thought about his warm bed of straw. He thought about his brothers and sisters. He thought about his mama and his papa. And he cried a whole puddle of tears. Look at that, a whole puddle of tears. Poor little piggy. An owl hooted. Leaves rustled. Wee Skin and Bones rubbed his eyes and looked hard into the shadows. 2 beady eyes looked back at him. "What's the matter, little piggy?" asked a wonderfully kind voice. "I'm a Wee Skin and Bones, and I'm all alone in the big wide world." "Then it's good that I'm here," said the voice. "My name is Old Scratch and Scruff. I'm a bristly old scruff on the outside, but inside, oh, I'm a beauty. Will you be my friend?" "Me? How can I be your friend?" sighed Wee Skin and Bones, "when I have no tail to wiggle and squiggle." "Tails?" said Old Scratch and Scuff. "I can take 'em or leave 'em. But my ears are all crinkly and crumply. I got a tiddly widdly snout and no one can hear my teeny tiny grunt." "Crinkly, crumply, tiddly widdly," cried Old Scratch and Scruff. "Wonderful, couldn't be better, and I can hear you just fine." So Old Scratch and Scruff led him, the little piggy, to the warmth and safety of his den. He gave him some supper, and then he tucked him into bed on a bed of moss and leaves. "Good night, Wee Skin and Bones," whispered the scruffy boar. In the morning, Old Scratch and Scruff took Wee Skin and Bones for a romp through the forest. They jumped in puddles. They chased leaves on the breeze. They snuffled for truffles. They pulled plums off the trees. Suddenly, Wee Skin and Bones let out such a big grunt that he startled old Scratch and Scruff. "What's this feeling I've got?" he gasped. "It's like you've got a tail that's curly and whirly," said old Scratch and Scruff. "And like my ears are flippy floppy, and my snout is all snuffy and snorty," finished Wee Skin and Bones. "That's happy," cried old Scratch and Scruff, "happy inside out." "But," said the little piggy, "there's something missing," finished the boar. "Yes," said Wee Skin and Bones. "What do you think's missing?" All of a sudden, there was a great snorting and snuffling and squeaking and squealing, and Wee Skin and Bones' mama came trundling up the hill with her babies following close behind. She took one look at little Wee Skin and Bones and burst into a whole torrent of tears. "Oh, there you are," she cried. "I've been searching everywhere for you." "Oh," said Wee Skin and Bones, "you don't mind that I'm all tiddly and widdly and crinkly and crumply?" "Crinky, crumply, tiddly, widdly, it's even more precious," said the fine Mama Pig, smothering her baby in a whole shower of kisses. See, and if the dad's there, there's the old boar, and there's the brothers and sisters that should be nicer to him. Yes. "My thoughts exactly," said old Scratch and Scruff as he quietly slipped back into the forest. Because, of course, what did he do? Grunt! Grunted Wee Skin and Bones very loudly and happily. And that's the end. I know. Now, everybody should know the story of the three little pigs. Remember the wolf and the three little pigs, and he goes to the first house made out of straw, and he huffs and he puffs, and he blows it down. Then he goes to the second little pig's house. He goes, and that's made out of sticks. He huffs and he puffs, and whoop, that went down. Then he goes to the third house, the one made out of bricks, and he huffs and he puffs, and no matter what he can do, he can't bring it down. So that's the book, but I am going to read you two stories about the three little pigs, but it's going to be a little different, okay? This is the true story of the three little pigs. It's by A. Wolf. It is as told to John Skaleska, and it's illustrated by Lane Struckey. Its copyright is 1989. The publisher is Viking Penguin, which is a division of Penguin Books. This is wonderful. I love this book. Okay, it's one of my favorite books. All right, here I go. Everyone knows the story of the three little pigs, or at least they think they do. Now I'm going to let you in on a little secret. Nobody knows the real story because nobody has ever heard my side of the story. I'm the wolf, Alexander T. Wolf. You can call me Al. I don't know how this whole big bad wolf thing got started, but it's all wrong. Maybe because of our diet. It's not my fault wolves eat cute little animals like bunnies and sheep and pigs. That's just the way we are. If cheeseburgers were cute, folks would probably think you're big and bad too. But, like I was saying, the whole big bad wolf thing was all wrong. The real story is about a sneeze and a cup of sugar. This is the real story. You ready? Well, way back in Once Upon a Time, I was making a birthday cake for my dear old granny. And I had a terrible sneezing cold. I ran out of sugar. Oh no, you gotta have sugar when you make a cake. So I walked down the street to ask my neighbor for a cup of sugar. Now, this neighbor was a pig, and he wasn't too bright either. He had built his whole house out of straw. Can you believe it? I mean, who in your right mind would build a house of straw? So the minute I knocked on the door, of course, it fell right in. I didn't want to just walk into someone else's house, so I called, little pig, are you in? No answer. I just was about to go home without a cup of sugar for my dear old granny's birthday cake. That's when my nose started to itch. I felt the sneeze coming. Well, I huffed, and I snuffed, and I sneezed. There's the pig. A great sneeze. Oh, there's the pig. And you probably know what? That whole darn straw house fell down, and right in the middle of the pile of straw was the first little pig, dead as a doornail. He had been home the whole time. It seemed like a shame to leave a perfectly good ham dinner lying there in the straw, so I ate it up. Think of it as a big cheeseburger just lying there. Well, I was feeling a little better, but I still didn't have a cup of sugar for my dear old granny's birthday cake. So I went to the next neighbor. Now, the next neighbor was the first little pig's brother. He was a little smarter, but not much. He had built his house out of sticks. So I rang the bell on the stick house. Nobody answered. So I called, Mr. Pig, are you in? And he yelled back, go away, Wolf. You can't come in. I'm shaving the hairs on my chinny chin. I had just grabbed the doorknob when I felt another sneeze coming. So I huffed and I snuffed and I tried to cover my mouth, but I sneezed a great sneeze. And you're not going to believe this, but this guy's house fell down just like his brother's. And when the dust cleared, there was the second pig. And look it's like there's a whole entire plate. There's the dead pig. There is a spoon, there is a knife, and there are 2 forks made out of twigs. Oh my gosh. And he was dead as a doornail too, you know. Now, you know food will spoil if you just leave it out in the open. So I did the only thing that there was to do. I had dinner again. Think of it as a second helping. Well, I was getting awfully full, but my cold was feeling a little bit better, and I still didn't have a cup of sugar for my dear old granny's birthday cake. So I went to the next house, and the guy was the first and second little pig's brother. Now, he must have been the brains of the family because he built his house out of brick. I knocked on the brick door, and no one answered. I called, Mr. Pig, are you in? And do you know what that rude little porker said to me? Get out of here, Wolf. Don't bother me again. Oh, man. Well, talk about impolite. He probably had a whole sack full of sugar, and he wouldn't give me one little cup for my dear old granny's birthday cake. What a pig. I was just about to go home and maybe make a nice birthday card instead of a cake when I felt my cold coming on. Well, I huffed and I stuffed and I sneezed once again. Then the third little pig yelled, and your old granny can sit on a pan. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Now, I'm usually a pretty calm fellow, but when somebody talks about my granny like that, I go a little crazy. When the cops drove up, of course, I was trying to break down the pig's door, and the whole time I was huffing and puffing and sneezing and making a real scene. The rest, as they say, is history. See, big bad wolf. Okay. The news reporters found out about the 2 pigs I had for dinner. They figured a sick guy going to borrow a cup of sugar didn't sound very exciting. So they jazzed up the story with all that huff and puff and blow your house down, and they made me the big bad wolf. That's it. That's the real story. I was framed. But maybe could you lend me a cup of sugar? And of course, who's the guard? But a pig. I know. What can I say? I love it. All right, now this next one is very interesting because this one's called A Wolf's Tale. This is by Eva Montanari, and she illustrated it too. It's in 2013. The publisher is Paragon Chart Street House. And this one is the Big Bad Wolf, but it's like a great, I don't know, grandson or something like that, I know. All right, here we go. Gather around, little ones. Don't be afraid. I'm going to tell you a story. Now, my great-great-great-great-grandfather was a very bad wolf. Do you remember the story of the three little pigs? You know, the ones with the houses made out of straw, sticks, and bricks? And do you remember the wolf that huffed and puffed and blew the houses down? Well, that was my great-great-great-great-grandfather. But this story is all about me. I've lived here above Pig City for many years, watching and waiting. Then one summer's day, as a breeze was blowing over Pig City, I noticed the little pigs were coming up to something. They were whispering and reading notes. Suddenly, what is going on? A whispery wind caught a note and it blew it right up to my my window. Invitation, you're invited to Little Pig's surprise birthday party today, 4 o'clock at the brick house. Finally, I had my chance. I got straight to work preparing a little surprise of my own. I worked hard all day until I saw the little pigs scurrying across town, making their way to the party. So with my surprise ready, I crept down the hill after them. Uh-oh. Pig City was huge. I wandered the streets, but I couldn't seem to find the brick house anywhere. Please, Mrs. Pig, could you tell me where the brick house is? I asked. I got a surprise for them. No, 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 not by the hair of my chinny chin chin, squeaked the pig inside. So I knocked on the door. Okay. Well, I walked further with my package, feeling heavier, but I still couldn't find the brick house. And so I knocked on another door. Please, Mr. Pig, can you tell me where the brick house is? I got a surprise for them. No, 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 not by the hair of my chinny chin chin, boomed the pig inside. Knock, knock, knock. And of course, this one's made out of wood, yes. Well, I walked even further, and just as I was about to give up, I saw it, the brick house. Please, little pigs, can I come in? I've got a surprise for you. No, 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 not by the hairs of our chinny chin chin, squealed the little pigs inside. Please, little pigs, I asked again, I brought something for you. I heard running and squealing, but no one let me in. Then the walk had been long and my package was heavy, and the tired fell up. I pushed and pushed against the door. Hide in here! Hide in here! Hide in here! Shh, be quiet! No, hide in here! Hurry! Hide in here! Help! I'm here! Oh no! Hide under here! Hide! Hide! Don't follow me! And slowly it creeped open. Don't be afraid, little pigs. You see, I brought you something. It's big and it's bright, and I made it just for you. It's what do you think it is? It's a cake! He finally got to make the cake after I don't know how many generations. Oh my gosh. That day, the little pigs let me join their party. And the only huffing and puffing was the candles. And so you see, little ones, my great-great-great-great-grandfather was a very bad wolf. But I'm not, and now little pigs and big, not so bad wolves can live happily ever after together. It's bedtime, the story is over, and I hope you're all sleepy. Otherwise I'll huff and I'll puff and I'll eat you all up. Just kidding. I got that with a good one. Okay, with all that huffing and puffing. Okay, now here's a challenge. As we go along in this book, it's if you give a pig a pancake. It's by Laura Numeroff, illustrations by Felicia Bond, copyrights 1998, Scholastics, Harper Collins children's book. I want you to try to guess, keep going, make a little tally of how many times the girl had to do something for the pig in this story. Are you ready? It's lots. All right, here we go. Okay, if you give a pig a pancake, that's number one, she'll want some syrup to go with it. So you make her some of your favorite maple syrup. That's number two. She'll probably get all sticky and she'll want to take a bath. And she'll ask you for some bubbles. Okay, that's number three. Well, when you give her the bubbles, she'll probably ask you for a toy. And you'll have to find your rubber duck. Of course you have to find your rubber duck. Okay? There's another one. Well, the duck will remind her of the farm where she was born, and she might feel homesick and she wants to go visit her family. So she'll want you to come too, and she'll look through your closet for a suitcase. And then she'll look under your bed. And when she's under the bed, she finds an old pair of tap shoes. She'll try them on, and she probably will need something special to wear with them. Oh my word. Well, when she's all dressed up, she'll ask for some music. Here we go. And you'll play your very best piano piece and she'll start dancing. And then she'll want to have you take her picture. So you have to go get the camera. And when she sees the picture, then she'll ask you to take more. And then she'll want to send each one of her to her friends. Oh my gosh. So you'll have to give her some envelopes and stamps. And take her to the mailbox. Look at that. On the way, she'll see the tree in your backyard and she'll want to build a tree house. I told you, I hope you're counting. So you'll have to get her some wood, a hammer, and some nails. When the tree house is finished, she'll want to decorate it, of course. So she's going to ask for some wallpaper and glue. Well, when she hangs the wallpaper up, she gets all sticky. Feeling sticky reminds her of her favorite maple syrup. She'll probably ask you for some. And chances are, if she asks you for some maple syrup, she'll want a pancake to go with it. Did you figure out how? It'd be interesting to know how many. I came up with 19, but I think I missed some. I bet you it's probably at least 21. Oh, I know. Okay, here's the last one. This, I'm going to end today with a feelings book. Pig Big's Feelings. It's by Kelly Bourne, illustrated by Aparna Varma. Copyrights 2021. Publisher is Flying Pig Press is the publisher. I know, isn't that a kick? All right, and at the end, I'm going to show you, because you all need to know what your feelings are, okay? This is a good book. I hope you really pay attention. Hello, my name's Pig. Hi, I'm mostly quite happy, though sometimes I'm grumpy, cranky, and snappy. I feel many feelings, some big and some small, warm fuzzies, cold prickles, I have them all. Sometimes they're tricky and swirl in my brain, but I tried my best to describe and explain. Although close, the word happy, happyish, isn't quite right for carefree contentment of flying my kite. And sad is okay, but it's not the best for losing my bike and the lump in my chest. I'm devastated. Being clear is important. It lets people know just what you are feeling, your highs and your lows. The secret you ask to express all the goodness as well as the bumps and the lumps of life's fullness. It's naming your feelings. And I'm going to show you something at the end of the book. It's naming your feelings and building a list of words to describe all your wonderful wonder and bliss. Come here, my dear friend, and I'll show you the way. Let's name all your feelings, no need for delay. This is my list of feelings. Joy is the word I choose in case Mom pulls me close for a snuggly embrace. I'm delighted and ecstatic on hot summer days, playing with friends beneath the sun's rays. The magical squish of fresh mud on my feet, slipping and sliding, makes me feel complete. But everyone knows life is more than just hugs, and sometimes we're scared, or anxious, or ugh. Oh, wait a minute. Whoa, whoa. I gotta stand up. It went off on me. Come on. Oh, wait a minute. What happened here? Come on, there. Jeez, what Miss Tasha has to go through. Oh my gosh. Okay, here we go. Now I can continue. Like the time that Aunt Bernice thought it would be a ball to toss round the pigskin with the family last fall. Aunt Bernice cried, I cried, feeling quite horrified. That football you're holding was once under Uncle Clyde. Because remember, footballs are made out of, pigskin. Or the time I tried to prove everyone wrong and take the highway to the sky. They laughed and they sneered, making jokes, poking, and I was embarrassed and forlorn and completely undone. So he was trying to fly, and that didn't work. And everybody's laughing at him. Rejected and lost, yes, I never did stray. Yet I never did stray. So look at he's trying to figure out. Then one day I did it. I flew up and away. Isn't that cute? Boy, was I proud. I was filled with glee. Soaring through clouds, I felt playful and free. A parade was arranged for my unlikely flight when a wild motorcycle clipped Shirley McKnight. Oh no. The fury, the anger, and then the relief. But of knowing my dear friend would not be ground beef. Despite being shaken and feeling such fluster, we made it in time and found the big cluster. The town was excited, elated, euphoric to join in a party that would be historic. The first pig to fly, it was such a big deal. Being too nervous, I let out a squeal. Looking back at the feelings I felt through the course of reaching my goal, I must reinforce. Be yourself. Whether you're angry or anxious or bored, accepting yourself is the greatest award. Let this be a lesson from one pig to you. Naming your feelings will help you stay true. They make you who you are, and there's no other way. The best to be is yourself every day. Now, I made a copy of this. What I'd like you to do is start writing down some words that you have feelings, like angry, when you're bored, when you're content, you're just kind of sitting there. Now, dang it, it's doing it again. Here we go. Hey ya, I'm almost done. Whoa, come on. Come on, light. Well, do I have to move around? Do I have to move around? There, okay, I have to move around. Okay, I'm gonna hurry because it's gonna go off again. All right, so here's Pig's Guide to what feelings feel like. Angry, bored, content, cranky, devastated, embarrassed, excited, flustered, furious, grumpy, horrified, nervous, relieved, and scared. And so this is kind of neat because it tells you all kinds of things. Now, if you want, and I'm gonna leave this with Mika for you guys, you can download the discussion guide it's all little words, small letters, Kelly, K-E-L-L-Y, born, B-O-U-R-N-E, .ca /pig. So I thought maybe that might be a good idea. Well, that is all for Miss Tasha for the month of August, 2022. But next month, I might have something you might go, oh my word, there goes Miss Tasha again, coming up with something silly. All right, bye-bye.